Jessica Bright ran for first and second vice of the South Carolina Democratic Party, but came up short at last week's convention. In this special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I speak exclusively with her one-on-one.
Jessica.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing just great.
I'm doing well.
That's good to hear. Well, let me take you back to April 30th. You posted the following on Facebook. You said this quote, "This was the first time being up there, but it will not be my last. I will continue to work and fight for the people of South Carolina. I will not stop until this party becomes a more effective tool to elect and support Democrats." What effective tool are you talking about?
I feel it. Okay, let me kind of step back. One of the things that urged me to run for vice in January, I submitted my paperwork because of my experiences working on campaigns and the things that I've seen going on in the county parties and the statewide. And I feel that there was a lack of cohesive efforts to elect candidates or assist and help candidates with their process. So that was one of my main motivations with running, because I wanted to bring the tools that I had in my experience to try to make campaigning more effective in the different areas, because I experienced working on successful campaigns like the one for Senator Margie Bright Matthews, and then also I've saw the inadequacies and the struggles. I don't want to say inadequacies. Sure. I take that back. But the struggles and the challenges with races where the incumbents were Republicans, like with KJ Kearney. So I wanted to kind of bring some cohesiveness and bring a different perspective, a fresh perspective to that, because I'm passionate about I'm passionate about my communities and helping people, and I really just want to do my part with moving us forward.
You talk about your community. What is the state of your community in your mind?
It's hard for me to explain that, because I'm a low country nomad. Right. Let me put it like that. I'm from Walterboro, South Carolina, grew up there, and the challenges I see in Walterboro are drastically different than the ones that I see here in Charleston. So in Walterboro, we have a whole bunch of issues as far as with the economics is very bad there. We have low incomes, not very many jobs there, not very many opportunities, and a broken educational system there. It is really, and they often get passed over for other things. As far as support from the legislative body and stuff like that, and it's getting better since Senator Margie Bright Matthews have been elected, but I still feel like we have a long ways to go, especially for these rural counties. And that was one of my passions too with running, because I see the struggles that the small counties like South Colleton, Allendale, Jasper, and Hampton, and they have a different set of struggles because there are little to none opportunities out there. So being a little girl that was raised in that environment by strong people, I'm blessed to have the opportunities to get out, but I know not many other people are able to do that. So that's why I'm fighting. That's why I want to join this fight, because I feel like we need to try to get it. It doesn't even have to be a Democrat, but we need to get people that understand the struggles and the needs of the people in the rural counties in South Carolina, and we need to get the passionate few that want to fight and make sure things get done for those communities.
You talk about Senator Bright Matthews. That's your mom.
Yes, that is.
Take a step back, because obviously there's so much going on at the South Carolina State House right now. When you think of Margie Bright Matthews as state senator, what goes to your mind?
That's still my mom. That's still my mom, and that's still the person that I've seen all of my life. I think her becoming a senator is just stepping into a new phase of what she's been doing all her life as an attorney. I've grown up behind my mom. Actually, I remember when I was probably about little, I think I was preschool age, my mom was out marching. Wow. So she's always been an activist and always been working with her hands in the community all of my life. So it's nothing new. This new role is just a different way and a different alley for her of something that she's been progressively doing all of her life.
Wow. I'm going to take you back to your Facebook page.
That's fine.
And read a part of what you just said on April 30th. It says, "This is key to our advocacy, messaging, and our grassroots. We actually need better messaging that relates to the core and issues that we face on a daily basis as South Carolinians. So what is your message right now to Democrats in South Carolina?
I feel like we have a lot of work to do. We do. Actually, exactly what I said. We do have to, and the Democrats in South Carolina, we do have to work on messaging. Because a lot of people, we have a lot of different organizations and a group of people that are anti-Trump and upset. But yet they can't clearly go to the Democratic Party because they're uneasy and unsure about what we stand for or what we're about. So I think it's integral that we need to focus on our messaging to our people and to our constituents to let them know. And even so, yes, we could have some Republicans on our side, but if they know that, hey, we're fighting for your roads. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Get key with the issues and what we're fighting for, and how I think that is the most important part. The Democratic Party, we can't just be known as the party. And I hate saying this, but this is what other people have perceived: the party for the black people or the party for the LGBT. Both key groups for me, okay. But I feel like it's more than that. When you see, for me, when I see senators and House members fighting tooth and nail in Columbia to try to get our roads bills passed and staying there until 10 and 11 o'clock at night, it's more than just a black issue. It's about humans issue. Like, it's about our safety. It's about us getting home well, like at night and things like that. So I think we, as the Democratic Party, we have to focus our messaging on what we stand for and what our legislators are doing, and put that at the forefront of how we move forward.
You talk about the roads bill. Obviously, that was debated in the House and Senate this past week. And as you know, earlier this week, the Charleston Loophole was stalled.
Yes.
Why was that stalled when you think about it?
I'm not quite sure about the Charleston Loophole because I know that is a key touchy issue for us here. Okay. And it's something that's very concerning that I feel should be closed down. I don't think that people should have access, but that's just my personal opinion, because especially on the tails of the possible us losing, the affordable health care and people with mental health and mental health diseases having the right to carry guns is kind of scary for me without the adequate checks and without the rights, checks, and balances. So it's concerning, but I'm not quite sure. I don't have the full answer to that.
I want to go back to April 30th when you posted this on Facebook, and this was very telling to me. You said this quote, "This was never about a title, meaning running for the vice chair for the South Carolina Democratic Party, but all about doing the work that is needed. From the bottom of my heart, I thank all of my supporters and the people that I stayed to the end. We are the people, and this is our time. There's a lot of work that must get done, and we will get that done."
Well, let me dissect the first part. It wasn't about a title. Mm-hmm. And as you can see with this conversation with me, It was more about using my skill sets to better my community.
Sure.
I really didn't care about having the title of advice or whatever, but it was just like, I feel that I had the whole package. Okay. I had the experience and all the experience from the county party level, the state party level, and on the national level. I was a delegate for Hillary Clinton to the Philadelphia DNC. Right. So I just felt that I knew I was in the trenches long enough to know what some of what needs to be done. I don't say that I'm a novice and I know everything, but I think that I was a well-rounded candidate and I could have brought a lot. But that's being said, I think, let's go to the top part of my quote. It's not over for me. This was the first time that I was on that platform. Mm-hmm. I don't feel that this is going to be the last. I'm still going to be here fighting and advocating for the needs of our community. Okay. Until that changes, I'm going to still be in this fight.
Let me take you back to that particular convention at the, I think, Medallion Center in Columbia.
Yes, correct.
Obviously, Childe Robinson won with 66% of the vote. What does that 66% tell you about Childe Robinson?
Childe is awesome. I've known Childe for a while. He's very good. He worked on Senator Mia McLeod's race. Childe is efficient. And a lot of the things, I've heard his speeches on his campaign. A lot of his things that he said, I kind of resonate because he brought to the table a clear message and a plan about how he would like the the South Carolina Democratic Party to be ran and move forward. And I do agree. But then also, I know about Susan Smith, so I'm not going to be biased. And I feel like she brought a lot of passion to the table, and she could have been an effective tool also.
Wow. I got to go back to what you said in that last paragraph. You said this was never about a title, but all about doing the work that is needed. From the bottom of my heart, I thank all of my supporters and people that stayed to the end. We are the people, and this is our time. There's a lot of work that must get done, and we will get it done. If you had a chance to go back and talk to the people at the convention, what else would you add to this?
Oh, okay. Let's go back.
Okay.
I would have added a lot.
Okay.
For time's sakes, and I guess with the rules and bylaws of the convention,
Okay.
I had 2 minutes.
Yikes.
And some of my previous speeches
Right.
kind of dropped me down to 30 seconds.
Wow.
So I wasn't able to lay out my full plan in my platform, and that's something that I kind of sit back at night and wish that, hey,
Okay.
maybe it would have been different. But I am a firm believer in. I'm a firm believer that everything that's meant to happen will happen.
Okay.
And I think that, and I'm thankful for the opportunity. And I think that, like I said, I still can't get off of that. This isn't the end of what they will see of Jessica Bright. I feel that I'm still going to be here. I may be in the background or whatever, but I'm still going to be here. And I'm still going to be working. And I do believe we have a lot of work to be done. We have a lot of organization that needs to be done on our county parties. Like Brady Court Garvin has done an excellent job here in Charleston. And I think some of the models and some of the things that and some other counties are doing fantastic. But some of those things have to be replicated in our smaller counties. I still go back to them. Our smaller counties are struggling, and we need to figure out a way to kind of help build our larger counties like Charleston, Richland and all, but still help our smaller counties like Jasper and Allendale and other little smaller counties that are struggling. So there's a lot of work to be done, because when those smaller counties don't have the infrastructure that they need to help candidates canvass, knock on doors or whatever, or provide the skills that they need to teach them effectively, because yes, the Jamie Harrison has done a great job with his Claiborne Fellowship with training free cheerleaders in all different capacities. But I really still feel passionate that there's still more work to be done.
You talk about Jessica Bright. When you take off that political hat, who is Jessica Bright?
I am a mom. I am a mom, a single mom at that. I am a student, and I don't know, I guess I'm a rebel without a cause. That used to be my little nickname when I was little. Wow. I used to be called a rebel without a cause because I would go toe to toe with anybody about anything. But I guess this is progression in life. I finally do have a cause.
Right.
I'm passionate about my community, and that's why I keep on saying this isn't the end.
Wow.
This isn't the end.
Write the headline for me. South Carolina Democrats will do what in 2018?
Hopefully win. Hopefully turn a few more seats blue.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see what happens with that.
Yes.
Well, Jessica Bright, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate this.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you.